Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnana channel. Today we will try to understand the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. This Yoga Sutra is from Vibhuti Pda, that is chapter 3, where he explains the nature of Dharana. Dharana means concentration, holding on to. The nature of Dharana. Let us go step by step the sutra and then understand it. But before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Now, the sutra is like this. Deśa-bandhaś cittasya Dhāraṇā. Very simple. The sutra, they are all highly, in a capsule form, fully loaded with meaning. Now, let us try to understand each word of this in the sutra, then go to the, try to understand the full meaning. Desha means here, it's a place, it's a point, it's a location. Here, desha doesn't exactly mean area. It can be physical, mental, or subtle place, subtle topic, you can say, subtle area. Bandhaḥ. Bandhaḥ means fixing, binding, confining, or restricting to that. Deśa-bandhaś. Cittasya, of the mind. Cittasya means citta of the mind, that is psyche, that is including thoughts, emotions, memory, imagination, all those things, it all comes under this citta. Cittasya. Dharana. Dharana means concentration, focusing, the act of holding the attention steadily on one object. This is Dharana. So, that means Dharana is the fixing of the mind's attention on a particular location, on a particular desha. Now, how do we understand this? Patanjali tells us that Dharana is the practice of choosing one point, one spot, one object, or an idea, and then holding the mind there without distraction. That is ekagrata. Agrata means pointing towards one thing. The mind is always scattered, moving from thought to thought, from here to there, from one thought to another thought. But in the case of Dharana, it is confined, it is restricted, it is put on one spot. So, there are two things, for a beginner, this location, for a student, this location could be external. Like you are seeing one deepa or a flame, deepa, an image of a deity, or your favorite god, a symbol like Om, a chakra in the body, Ajna chakra, all these things. It could be anything like this for a beginner. But as you advance, as you move further, he becomes a yogi, and the location for this person can be internal. This will be within the subtle mental, emotional energy. That is Citta. It becomes a chosen point. It becomes like a doorway to higher realities. It's opening up for higher realities. So there are several levels, Now at the psychological level, normally the mind flows outwards. It flows outwards to countless objects through the senses. Because all these senses, one keeps hearing something, another keeps seeing something, another tastes something, another feels something. All these kinds of, all these panchendriyas, they keep moving outwards. by bandha means restriction, by tying, the yogi withdraws the scattered energy and channels it into one place. This is what happens. This restriction stabilizes the citta, that is mind energy. This makes it less turbulent and more powerful. If it is scattered, there is no power. Your energy is all scattered. Here it is more powerful. It's not turbulent. Then the second aspect here is energetic and spiritual level. Patanjali, he is not only speaking of mental focus, but also the deeper science within it. When this citta, mind, with all its faculties, is fixed on a particular deśa, on a particular location, on a particular aspect, such as the heart, anahata, here, that is the forehead, agna chakra here, or even an external sacred object, this point, this way, it becomes like a gateway to many other things. From there, the yogi may break beyond the limits of ordinary mental emotional experience. This is what the aspect here. The third aspect is, it's a paradox of citta. That means contradictory, that, this, and all those kinds of things. This mind, this same citta, mind energy, this ties us to the world, to the external objects, like whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever. It ties to the world through attachments and ties with emotions that can be liberated us when disciplined. That can also liberate us. The same citta can liberate us. How? See, here, if you take a key, the same key is used for locking and the same key is used for unlocking a door or unlocking a lock. So the citta can lock, the citta can bind, bandha, bind us to samsara, and if you open it, it can also open portals to higher consciousness. So this is citta. This we'll have to understand. So it is like access to some kind of parallel worlds. It adds very subtle idea. From these fixed points of concentration, the yogi can access other planes, that is sukshma, subtle, supernatural, halaukika, and spiritual, adhyatmika. All these fields, it can move to these worlds. So the practice of dharana is not some kind of a mental exercise or mental gymnastics. It's a science of finding pathways in consciousness itself. In advanced stages, such concentration can even determine the realms, the planes to which the yogi may travel after death. So, one more this thing is from Dharana to Dhyana and Samadhi. Patanjali places Dharana as the starting step of the 3 steps. That is Dharana, holding attention in one place. Dhyana, continuous flow of attention without effort. Simply flowing without any effort. Samadhi, the last one is merging with that object, where even the distinction of meditator and the object disappears. There is no distinction between the object, meditator, they both merge together. This is how. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These Three together are called as Samyama, the deeper yogic practice. Now, how do we understand in this modern and practical way? In simple terms, Dharana is like fixing the camera lens on one object and keeping it steady. Without Dharana, meditation is impossible. The wandering mind must first learn to sit still in one place. For us, this can begin with breath awareness, mantra repetition, or visualization of light in the heart, all those kinds of things. This. For a yogi, it becomes a science of inner travel, breaking beyond the limitations of ordinary consciousness. So this is how we will have to understand this. So to conclude, this Patanjali Sutra from this third Vibhuti Pda, deśa-bandhaś cittasya Dhāraṇā, is deceptively simple, but it is profoundly very deep. See, to understand, to look at this, if you hear this, oh, that's all, very simple it is. But it is very profoundly deep. Patanjali teaches that concentration is not merely attention. It is the deliberate confinement of the mind's energy to a chosen point. And this act, transforms that point into a gateway to higher states of existence or being, something like that. The paradox is that the same mind which binds us can also free us. This is how Patanjali Yoga Sutra it explains. From the very Citta that holds us in worldly experiences, the yogi finds the passage into the infinite. So viewers, with this explanation on this Sutra, deśa-bandhaś cittasya Dhāraṇā, we conclude this episode. I hope this was quite interesting and then quite inquisitive. Please go through the video completely and then post your comments in the comment box. Like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Thank you, viewers.